Welcome back to my farm. This is Hybridsteel, and today I need to increase my income. Now I've got £51,934. This is because during the live stream we were doing a bit of work. I've done a few little jobs here and there, and I bought some chickens. I bought a truck, and I bought a trailer. So I've been putting a little bit of extra work in to just try and get myself sort of going. Now, this isn't really bringing in a massive amount of money too quickly, so I need to build another pen, and maybe we'll see. But yeah, at the moment I'm currently running, I've got one rooster, which is 7 months old. I've got 24 chickens and 7 little chicks. Basically, chuck a rooster in there, and guess what? You get more chicken, because you know how nature works. So, if I get another one of these and bunk it next to it, then I double my income. Yes, at the end of the day, it's having to spend money, but that's what I need to do. I physically need to spend money to make money. So let's go chicken farming, basically. So first off, let's go into planning. So, animals. Now the reason why you do chickens, when you're right at the start of this game, like for myself, not a lot of money, not a lot of land. So the reason why you go for chickens first is because chickens don't need a lot of looking after. Apparently they don't need water, even though I'm pretty sure on farms chickens do have access to water, and you only have to feed them grain. And a big bag of grain can last you a whole season depending on how much you're actually feeding them. So I'm going to stick another one. Now I can put like a bit of food next to each one of them. Now I am using the super heavy mod, which basically means I can pick up heavy boxes. So that and H, and look at me, Superman. Fill this up. There we go. And now I need to buy another 24 chickens and a rooster. I can't remember how to do this. Let's not get into my truck. Oh, no, I go up here, don't I? Okay, so, open animal dialogue. So, I want chickens, so we get another rooster. Mainly because we need... And then we buy 24 of these. Now, the reason why I buy 24 is because it adds to it so they can expand. So then we can have, like, chickens running around, a rooster running around, gets used to the ladies, it's all good, and he can do his manly thing of being a rooster. Now the one thing I'm a little bit like miffed about is I can't put like a shelter over top of them. Now obviously you run through seasons in this game, so winter comes, it's like most of the time your chickens would die if they're just left out in the cold like that. So I would prefer if we could have a shelter, and apparently you're not quite inside, are you? No, you have escaped. But anyways, so there we go. So yeah, that's eggs being produced. That's fantastic. Now, I wanted to build a shed for my truck and my trailer, and maybe a few little bits and pieces. I also wanted to put in some beehives. The reason why I wanted beehives is because, well, bees make honey for free. I don't have to touch them. So if you can make lots and lots of beehives, guess what? Free cash. It's free. You don't have to do nothing with beehives. You just pop them in, and the world is your oyster. So because I'm a posh knob, I'm going to buy the really expensive ones. So we rotate these through, and what I want to do is I'm going to load them up next to this as well, so we can actually have lots of honey and be able to put the sell point, well, the actual like collection point, right next to where we are. So I want to put 6 in. Oh, it's overlapping with me. Hold on. Let me just move me. Cool. And we'll put our pallet thing in right here. So hopefully all the bees will end up like producing honey for that one spot. Now that's pretty much where I wanted to be. It's, as said, it does what it does. It just makes money now. All I have to do is feed my chickens and I'm okay. So beehives, positive. I wonder how many beehives it can actually hold before you just overload this. But look at them all. Oh, the bees! The bees! The bees! Okay. Now, my last main point was to actually build a little shed. And the reason why I want a shed is mainly going for like almost realism. I want to build a little shed. Why can't I not get in? Oh, I know why. Right, let me just move my truck. Right, so I want to put a shed about here. So I've got like a shed for my truck and everything else. So we're going to whack this up. And we're going to go into fences, lights, other. Now others, these are just scenery pieces that you can add to make your farm look like a farm. So I'm going to take the $1,300 shed, squiggle it around a bit, see where we're actually at. There we go, made myself a shed. Brilliant. Now I've got somewhere to put my feed. Keep it out of the cold, you know, it's all good. Right, I suppose I better go and buy some more, because now we've got 2 lots of chickens, I'm probably going to need a bit more food. So, I'll pick up my trailer, and off we go. Got to go to the shop. Now the best part about having a small holdings like this is I'm right next to the sell point for honey, eggs and everything else. The farmer's market is right next to my farmland, which means I don't really have to do a lot when it comes to travelling. Now I could just go down the easy route of like owning a forklift truck and not using the mod for super heavy lifting, but super heavy lifting does help, especially in this case where a pickup, you know, a forklift truck's like 55 grand. It's expensive, man. Right, well, now we're at the shop. So I need food. Good with food. Food. Some wheat. I know I could have pushed the option to have 2, but I thought I was going to vary. Now, I did try to do this with that little freewheeler. Yeah, during experimentation. I mean, it's funny. And off we go. So there we go. I've spent 25 grand on chickens, on another, basically on another hatch, or hatchery, or fenced area, depending on what you want to call it. I've bought some feed, and I've bought some beehives. Now the beehives were the most expensive part because they're 3 grand each, but I'm hoping for a quick return, basically, and now I can start saving up and actually earning money off my own land, making it actually turn into a little farm. And then the idea after this really is to, I've got to be honest, the plan is to just go a lot bigger. Now one thing I was mildly disappointed about, and it's just a small thing, but I was like, well, that's a bit of a shame, was that when it comes down to owning chickens, you can't customise their field. Now with a cow pen, you can. And I think you can do it with other animals, just not with chickens, for some strange reason. I would like, if I'm going to be, I'd love a mod where you could actually make a free-range chicken farm, where you could actually just put a shed down where they could, you know, where they would live. And then you'd have like a massive piece of land. Because, I mean, the piece of land I'm on is quite small. But it would be ideal if you had like, I don't know, 3,000 chickens running around this sort of place. Because this is quite a small piece of land. Imagine how many chickens you could have running around in a fenced off area with a little shed next to it. And then you would have the same sort of setup with, you know, having to feed them and having this. And obviously you'd have to see how much you'd be paying. But the idea would be to actually have a proper sized land. So I'm hoping maybe someone out there, maybe a modder, will have a look at it. But we'll see how things go. Or even if it was just able, you build a fenced area and actually you'd be able to put one of these down, then you're feeding the chicken. But there we go, that's my farm for now. I haven't really got much else to do now, apart from just doing missions for other people. I can't really afford anything else. I've got 25 grand. I could maybe chuck in another solar farm, a wind farm. But yeah, now I'm just waiting for income. So that's my farm. That's basically it. So what I want to do is I'm going to skip forward like a month or 2 and see what happens and come back to it, because all I've got to do is keep them fed. So with the click of my fingers, we'll see how much we're going to be earning per month. All right, here we go. June 1st. I haven't gone back to my pen for the whole time. And I've got to be honest, having the truck there, good support of like, it's a good like quick form teleporter. Alright, so after 1 month we have used, these were full, weren't they? So that's 509 litres. I think max capacity is like 750, so they've used about 200 litres of like feed. These guys are down to 150, that's because they had half a lot. Right, let me just feed them up. So what we'll do, we'll drag this out. I'm well strong, me. So max capacity is 750. Ugh. And we've still got 162 litres left in that. So that's good. There we go. We're all good. And my truck's still okay. Fantastic. Okay, so after 1 month, we have this. 32, I don't know, just eggs. 90 kilos of eggs. 150 pieces, apparently. So we're going to put that in my trailer. And then this will show me how much money I can make a month just off of chickens. And then it gives me an idea of how long I have to wait to actually make a proper income. But going by this, I'm looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 months to have like a full impact of money on one pallet. And one of these can hold like 8 pallets. So a long time. This is how much honey I've made in the same amount of time. So I'm making honey. I've got eggs as well. We're all good. And we're going to go to the sell point, which is the farmer's market, which is just down the road from me, and it's so convenient. So let's just check the prices. So the prices for eggs is currently it's £2,274. So by the farmer's market, which is 387 feet away, £2,282 per tonne. Going by my live stream, we were basically agreeing that about a tonne's worth is how they work out their prices. Now I don't have a tonne. I know that much, but that's still quite good per tonne. And where else are we at? Honey. Honey is £1,835 per tonne. So at the end of the day, just having these 3 alone, if I was just to wait however long it's going to take to have an entire like backlog, so I'd have to wait 4 years to get a full income of all this. So at the end of the day, this is just passive income that's going to keep happening, and all I have to do is feed the chickens, and that's okay. Bees I don't have to worry about. So we just made £938 for the month. Okay, that's cool. Along with my wind turbines, that's not too shabby. So it's not a lot of money, but it's still money, and it's free money apart from feeding them. So feed is 1,500 quid a bag, and that can feed them for a good couple of months on end. So that's not too bad. We'll get a little bit of money returned, but it's not going to be an amazing amount. It's just an amount of money. So what am I going to do with my 28 grand? I would say 28 grand I'd probably end up buying just lots more stuff. The best way to make money is literally through, I don't know, I mean, because this should have made more because there's more hives here. We're going to assume 1 sell point is good enough for all 6. Let me know in the comment section. I'm a little bit confused about how they work out the whole bee thing. So I assume 1 is good enough for all of them. Let me know. But yeah, so there we go. It's a small holdings. If anybody's got any other better ways of making money apart from, well, this, which is, it's not a lot of money, but it helps, and it's just like a subsidy on the side of things, basically. I suppose the best way to do it would be to upgrade the chicken farms over time. So instead of just having the little ones, we would go into buying like a bigger place. Now the problem with the bigger places is that one only holds 20 chickens. This one only holds 20. This one only holds 20. This one holds 360. So I need 79 grand to have 360 chickens. And then that basically becomes a bit more profitable. The reason why I went with the outside one is because it can hold 31 over everything else, which is just basically 30 or 20. And these are more expensive. So I don't really understand it unless they're producing faster. Let me know. The thing is, I don't really know all of the ins and outs of this, so I'm really looking for somebody who's played this before. If I buy like a 30 grand building, a shed with chicken pasture, a place to keep your chickens, now would this produce money faster than what I've already got? Like I said, I don't know. So let me know in the comments. Apart from that, you know, the idea is just to keep rolling. So 28 grand, I could buy another wind turbine. They do help. I mean, they really help. This is a good way of making passive income without having to do. I could add my own selling point. I suppose because that's only like if you're going to make the stuff yourself on site. Greenhouses, could go into the greenhouse business because, you know, reasons. And all you need is water, and there's free water over the road. It's not a bad idea. So that was producing 600. These producing 8,000. There you go. We're stuck another wind turbine. Okay, so another day has passed, and as you can see, eggs are still being produced and so on and so forth. So I know I'm probably earning about £1,000 a day on this, which is fine. And I've got all this extra room on here, and I know that I have quite a large turning circle because I'm useless at driving. So I'm going to try building something else up here. Now, this is going to be a little bit of an experiment because I don't really know if it's going to work. Now I could add the rice. I keep pushing that button. Get out of the truck. Oh, anyways, I'm going back to rice. And the reason why I'm going back to rice is because of how good it actually makes money. So, well, actually, I'm going to build 2 lots of this. So, as I've got the cash... Oh, the land's not mine. Bums to you. I might have to put this in a different angle then. Go B and go delete. Yes. I'll get my £3,000 back. That's going to be fine. But I'm left with this scorch mark on my land. Oh, no. Now I've got to paint it. Get rid of the scorch mark, and yeah, we're all good. And apart from the flat mark that's now on my land as well. Okay, factories, greenhouses, £3,000. If I spin this way round, and I build one there and one there. Oh, why am I such a donut? Because that's gonna piss me. That's better. I mean, sort of. Let me just kind of smooth out the land a bit. I just need this accessible so I can get everywhere and not bone up. I don't care about the back end. The back end can be ridged up. That's fine. But it's the front end. I want this all accessible for me. For me. Right. Cool. Now I need to build a windy thing. Okay, so I've got my rice farms in now. These are rice sapling farms. And the reason why I went with rice saplings is because, in fairness, they're worth quite a bit of cash. Now, I do have a river over yonder. And if I pull up my map, you can see it. It's this big thing over here. Also, there's a big lake over here, so it's not too far for water. Downside, I need a trailer. Now, a water trailer would be brilliant, which is good if I could find one. I get really confused. Ah, there it is. I think that's it. Barrels. £5,000. You know what? I can buy that. I can actually buy this. That's amazing. Actually, you know what? How much is this one? Can I fill this up with... Oh, it's £17,000. I don't have £17,000. I have 10. So I'm going to buy this water tank. Yes. And now I've got to go to the shop and get it. Right. I need to use my truck. I don't need to use my trailer. No, get off. Right. Yeah, leave it there. Right, let's go. So, I'm hoping... Ow. I'm hoping that my little truck here can pull that trailer. Because if it can, then I've got to do one of those stupid manoeuvres where I have to like wedge it into the floor and then wedge it over the edge and make sure I don't fall in the water myself. That sort of thing. Basically, don't be so much of a donut. I'm hoping this works. Hey, yep, there's my trailer. And there we go. Okay, so I can hitch up to it. That's good. And it's not too weighty. That's even better. Right, let's go and see if we can take some water out of the floor. And the reason why we're doing this is because it's free water. I don't have to pay for it. Like some of you got back to me and said, "Why are you paying for water?" It's like, because it's on my land. It's like, you know you can get it for free. It's like, yeah, but I'm lazy. But then I looked at it and just went, am I that lazy? Like, am I to a point where I'm sitting there going, do I want to drive an extra 30 feet, or on this case, maybe 300 feet, to go and get some water, or do I just want to keep paying for water? So I decided that I'm not driving too deep into the water. I now have... yep, we're good. Fasten tension belt. That ain't doing nothing for me. Right. So now I need to go and fill up my my tanks. Now, how much can all this take? I'm going to get some more. Hey, it's free. I'm not complaining. Brute force, brute force. As long as there isn't going to be a drought, we'll be fine. And off we toddle. So that's that done. I'm sort of glad that I've got the little trailer. So now we've got a trailer and we've got a trailer. I've got 2 trailers, one's for water and one's for food. Okay, and the last thing we've got to do is, they don't really explain this to you in this game, but after much, I want to say deliberation, mainly just me sitting there going, what do I do? I figured this out. You click on the spanner, so you have to go into R, right? And you have to click on this. And it says storage. So when it on here, you have to click on your greenhouse. So you're in your menu. You can do this from the menus. You don't have to go into the greenhouse. I just thought it was cool. But you go into this and you click on your greenhouse and then you push enter. And now it will start creating them. And thankfully, you have to click on it and push enter. And now guess what? They'll start working. It's amazing. So yeah, there we go. I've now got 2 lots of rice being done. And the reason why I wanted rice saplings done is because in the last video I had that one greenhouse. I was like, this is going to take ages to do. But then I sat there and realised that farming takes ages to do anything anyway. So I might as well just do it all in one big thing. And be like, I can keep myself sort of toddling by. I make about £1,000 a day. Well, £1,000 every time I push it, like rest. I make about £1,000 from the wind farms. We're making about £1,000-ish from eggs and honey, and this is the big one. When all the things are full, that's like 10 grand a greenhouse. So we're going to be making 20 grand every time, but I'm not sure how long that actually takes. So yeah, that's going to be some time. Now, with this, I suppose if I was playing on like a 28-day run, I'd probably make more money. And I'm very tempted to actually change it to 28 days on the whole thing, because these are daily. Like eggs are a daily thing, unless you've got something wrong with your chickens. So I sort of figured if I turned it into a 28-day cycle, then we'd see from there. And I'm sort of actually considering doing a 30-day challenge. So going from day 1 to day 30, and you have to, you don't start with anything but what I'm doing now. But instead of doing it over the course of however months and just playing infinitely, I was thinking about how much can you earn in 30 days. Which is a pretty... If you're up for that challenge, let me know in the comment section. We'll see what we can do. That might just be where I stream every day 30 days and see what we can do from there. But then it's like playing it every day and then playing it like per hour, which would drive me absolutely mad, I think. Anyways, so yeah, these are going to supply about 10 grand of greenhouse. I have no idea if this is set up right, like I've said, because this doesn't seem like a lot of honey per one of these. I don't know how much one of these actually produces. They made 95. If I actually, you know what? This is I've got a good way of actually doing this. That can go there for a second. I'm going to destroy 3 of these. I know. I'll get some of my money back. It's okay. I'm only going to get half back. You know what? It's worth the challenge. I can make money back. It's fine. So what I want to do now is I want to skip through to the next day. Right. Skip through to the next day, because the next day will be, hey, you've done another month. I'm paying $62 and I made 1,271. Back to 10 grand then. That's all good. Let me just go, and then we're in my car, and then we're good. So this was 6 of them, and this was 95 litres, and this is 3 of them at 42. So that was good enough. Okay, I can live with that. And yes, okay, I ballsed up, I deleted my own thing, but you know what? That's going to make me money. Oh, for flip's sake. I keep pushing tab as if it's to go into a menu, and every time I push tab, I get in my car. Oh, right, maybe one day that won't happen to me. Then I'm going to build 3 more of these. Yeah, I know that leaves me with $1,000, but don't worry about it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to sell all this stuff off the can, because in fairness, I'll make some... Oops. Didn't want to do that. Apparently it's raining. Was it? Well, it is raining, but it's blue skies. It's like, this is the UK. Alright, cool. Add fastening straps. We'll just sell this off so we can get a little bit of money in our pockets. Undo fastens. There we go, 833 quid. For a little bit of honey and some eggs. And there we go. But yeah, as a small, this is a proper small holdings. This is like, okay, how much money am I not going to be making today? So, we've got a wind farm going, we've got our rice saplings going, we've got honey going, and we've got eggs going. So the chickens are happy, I'm happy, we're all good. So 619 litres in there, so this starts with 750 and 589 in there. That means there must be more in here than there is over there. So they've got 4 more rests until I have to feed them again. That's not necessarily that bad. If you're playing 1 day a month, if you're playing for 1 month is 1 day, you've got enough feed for 4 months. It's not too shabby. And bees are free, so that's fine. All I do is buy the hives. And then we've got the greenhouses for the rice fields. I'm not really sure what else I can really do at the moment. I mean, I could go, oh look, I can get some cows, I can do this, I can do that, but then that becomes like really too much more like you can like focus on. Whereas I could actually be just doing a job, like, I don't know, this one for 3 grand, where I could plough this person's field and get paid £2,300. Or I could do this one, which is harvesting. And I could do this for, actually I wouldn't do that because the amount of money is ridiculous. Baling's a laugh. Do the equipment for 500, we'll get paid £800. So there's lots of ways that I can sit here and make some money on the side and genuinely not really have a major problem. So the next big thing that I want to do is I'm basically wanting to save up as much as I can out of all this, and then I want to go off and basically just sell it all off whilst I'm making money on the side. So that's what I'm going to do. This is the end of the video. Thank you very much for watching. If you do like this little setup, let me know what you think of it. I am going to try and make this a little bit more aesthetically pleasing because this is going to be with me for some time until I've made enough money to open up the next field. And I want to put like a fence around it, make it all look nice. Maybe go from there, we'll see how things go. And at some point in the future of these episodes, I want to buy that field. And that's nearly £200,000. So that's my main goal. My main goal is 200 grand, buy the big field, turn this into one field for ploughing, chuck all my other stuff out the back there. You know, we'll just build it up and make it look nice, hopefully. I'll try and level out the land and make it actually look like a proper farm. So, there we go. We do need some more wind farms just so we can make more money. So until my next video, live stream, or whatever else I do on this channel, hopefully you guys have enjoyed this. I'll catch you all in another one. I'm going to say peace out, have fun, enjoy everything you guys do. Catch you later. Hopefully you're subscribed. I mean, if not, go check out another video. You might like it.